take off the cover, feed it through, and then put the lid back on. But it's pretty nice. It's honestly pretty good. Why is the lid so chunky? Because the actual filament is pretty tall. So it almost goes up to the top and allows for some slightly bigger spools too. And I think if you use the center, oh man, I don't know where my center spool is. There's actually, I think I'm talking about this every stream. Where's my little spool? Oh, here it is. So this was, I believe this was my addition to this project. Is this one bouncy piece of plastic right here. Is this focused? Weird. This right here. So if you take your dryer and you put it like this, you can see at the bottom here there's two little rollers. And that allows for just standard rolling. But let's say you want to feed your filament more smoothly. Feeding it from the center is always going to be more smooth. The center is usually not damaged. It's a lot smaller versus the outside here, so there's less friction. So I always try to the feed from the center if possible. So what you do is you put your thing on there. The process loading could probably be better, but it's easy enough to get in. Now you lift the spool up from the rollers in the bottom, and now you have a really smooth setup here. It's just plastic on a cardboard, so it's nice. There's a little bit of rotation to it. So I prefer to do this. It's super smooth. And I don't think it'll ever cause issues. And then you can put this on. So that lifts it up slightly as well. But it still fits perfectly in here. In fact, let's see. We got about 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters of play. So pretty good. So I'd recommend feeding from the center if possible. That'll cause less issues. So that combined with the easy ports, which I have mine on backwards, doesn't really matter which way it goes. You can flip around the lid so your top feeds out the front or the back, wherever you want it to. There's also one in the front there. Plastic cylinder goes inside the box, even has structural ribs. Yeah, it does. It's pretty good. I don't know. It's a pretty good design. So I'm super happy that Polymaker was able to run with some of my suggestions and make an awesome product. Now we need that poly printer. Right? The poly printer. You guys need to release one printer. Just one. Forget your hair dryer. Be handy. Maybe. Not usually an issue for me. They get more in stock. Yeah, I think the community kind of overwhelmed them, which is a good thing. It's a pretty good thing. All right. So, the topic for today, the main topic, the only topic, is somewhere. It's hiding. Use print bed by the 10 kilogram box. How are you liking it? I haven't printed with a lot of print bed, I'll be completely honest. But the PLA is just like PLA, like it prints well, looks good, no complaints. Like if I can use my standard Zombie Tune settings. By the way, if you want to pick up a Zombie Tune profile, I will be releasing the SV08 profile very soon. I got to work out a couple little things and then I'll be releasing it. But if you want to get a profile for the X1, mine is pretty good. At the bare minimum, it's a great starting spot where you can go and further mod it, but it's a lot better than stock. I'll give it that. And there's a whole explanation on why it changed things that'll hopefully allow you to learn a little bit as you go. Yeah, the Baja Blue. This is good. Oh, they have ABS? They have ABS Baja Blue? That would be nice. Wow. Awesome. Yeah, I forgot. I have a secret project with Polymaker that we have to continue working on, and I keep forgetting about it. But that needs to be a thing very soon. K2 Kevin is releasing a desiccant dryer for the poly dryer. Yeah, using it for other things. So you can do beef jerky, like dehydrating. That's funny. That'd be amazing. So we usually take a food dehydrator and turn it into a filament dryer. Now, we need to take a filament dryer and turn it into a food dehydrator. All right. Are you guys ready? This right here is a mock-up of a version of the studio for the garage. So this is not finalized by any stretch, but we're currently just in Tinkercad working out how to put everything and where. So for scale, here's a bamboo X1. Thank you, Kevin. There am I. I'm very excited. Got Charlie Brown hosting. This is to scale, technically. This doesn't have enough stuff on it. All right, here. Let's see. We can fit 4 bamboos across. Wow, that's a lot. That's like I can fit 3 on this shelf behind me. But no, it's actually a pretty good scale, right? Like this is a lot of space. So, oh my god, I'm gonna ignore chat for a minute. The idea is something like this. So I don't know where the camera would be, and obviously the Tinkercad camera is not quite the same. But the idea is something like this, I guess, or like this. I don't know. And this is going to be a massive, absolutely massive table. 7 feet by 4 feet. That's big. And I built this thing to be super beefy. I spent so much time designing this table. No, it's not just a square box. It's actually an outfeed table for my table saw. This is my table saw. So that's still gonna stick there because I'll need to use it for stuff. But this is one option. We have this kind of view right here. Okay, obviously without the printers. So there's a couple of ways that I could organize this. I kind of like this for one reason, and that's because this whole back area here can get filled with whatever. I'll have my equipment for testing filaments, hot ends, extruders, stuff like that. So like my scientific equipment can kind of just hang out back here. I can also put my current projects, when I'm not working on them, I can put them over here. All of this is pretty much just printers. Mass storage for printers. Thank you, Polymaker. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. So that's one option. And the back wall is completely to be determined. One iteration is rep racks, so putting filament up on the walls. And there was a suggestion to put a TV behind. And we can display stuff on there. Like my logo, we can display stuff that I'm working on. Like random, whatever, just put an image or a video up on there. I thought that'd be pretty cool. It's a good idea. I think it's a little bit of a waste of space, but if it adds a special bit of flair to the studio, then we could try it. It's a brilliant idea, yep. There's gonna be plenty of LEDs, that'll come last. Sponsor logo if you have a sponsored stream. Well, those are on the stream. But yeah, of course, they could have stuff like that. Maker Deck could have Maker Deck up on there for sure. but it have a purpose. And this is a 50-inch TV for scale. I think this little figure looks kind of weird because it's such a big head. It's the right height, but the scale is weird. TV is a good idea. Everyone has filament behind. You should just do something else. Yeah. Ooh, 2 more hours to try To the Moon at 50% off. Nice, the new version of To the Moon. Try it out if you have the chance. Go fast, Stripes. I kind of want to make it some type of Outrun theme. Nebula, we're currently discussing... Kevin, are you in here moving stuff around? How'd that get there? Oh yeah, he is. Thank you. So, who knows what he's going to display live. Show off CAD while working. I'm just afraid that, you know, if I have... Like, this is kind of what the set's going to be. So pretend that the bamboo was a screen. I guess, yeah, you'd still be able to see quite a bit if it was blown up. Because you can still read pretty far. Like, let's say I have this behind me. Like, you can't see that. But if it was about, like, that big behind me, like that, you can now see it. So, yeah, it could be an interesting workflow. And I could always get a bigger TV. They're, like, practically free now. It's crazy. I can't believe it. So, that's an option. So this is layout number, we'll call this layout number 1. So we have a really long desk behind me. How long is it? It's like, I don't even know how to measure, but it's 170 inches. 170 inches, approximately, or more. That's just an estimate, right? So that's option 1. Option 2, alright, so option 1, underneath the table, I would have some type of storage. It's probably going to be like bins, but it's going to be visible. I want whatever's under here to be very organized. So this might include my deep storage organization system, to be determined. Could be like Harbor Freight bins or other things. 75 inches for 450 is nuts, right? No kidding, right? God, that's crazy. Who designed this version? Can we get like Elvis in here instead? I think Elvis is a better person. Here's Elvis. 68. There. This is more realistic. There we go. That looks better. You put multi-board in the back wall. I will definitely have some type of wall storage. I like the idea of wall storage. I do. So underneath, like if I put filament racks here, then underneath all of this is probably going to be storage. An option instead of racks of filament is cabinets. But cabinets are very plain. And this is my backdrop, right? So we're trying to make something that's both aesthetically pleasing, is kind of unique, but also serves a purpose. I don't just want to have a backdrop for a backdrop. Like my backdrop here is literally just my storage and my printers. And as much as I'd love to have printers behind me, it's not a great backdrop if I'm shooting and recording a video. It's just not. So can I copy everything? Oh, also, a little bit layout of my garage. This is my garage door, and then this is a side entrance door. So the front of this will be kind of miscellaneous, like behind the camera things, like stuff that's already in my garage that I can't really get rid of. This is gonna be storage for that. The table saw will kind of float around here. I still need a table saw, like I was saying, but I'll probably push it kind of back where it was, so I can put like a tripod here at the camera. And luckily, this is still an out-feed table, so if I need to use it, then I can just use this as an out-feed table for cutting sheets of plywood, etc. I would usually feed in plywood through the garage doors. I gotta find a spot for my miter saw, though. I was trying to have that, trying to figure out where the heck that would go. So that's the layout. I'm gonna clone it. I think I can do that. What is going on here? What is that? Oh, it's a beard. Okay, cool. Oh dear. While the beard is being created, I'm gonna get a small kind of shed. Like, I'm gonna build a shed off to the side because I got a lot of gardening equipment in here. I got a lot of stuff that I'd rather just not have in here. So I'm going to build a little storage shed to the side here. So I'm gonna get one of those and build it. And that's where a lot of my tools that aren't 3D printing related, that's gonna go. Night, Jano. Dream of marbles. I'm a gamer streamer now. Am I? Is this a game? Oh dear. All right, let's copy this. Ceiling. Oh yeah, what were we talking about ceiling? Oh, will you have enough ceiling space for a camera gantry system? Yes. There's gonna be nothing mounted above here, and we're gonna mount the overhead camera on a moving gantry. 1000%. Definitely. We're still listening to string beats? Yes, we are. I always get scared because it likes to put in random songs. The garage door takes up about that much space, so I'll still have plenty of overhead. It's a very small garage. It's actually a very small everything. So it's going to be jam-packed, and that's why I'm making a CAD model. So option 2, keeping it in this orientation, is changing... Oh god, I don't want to do that. How do I just move one axis without moving the other one? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I can edit it later. Built-in fire extinguisher system. I will probably have a smoke alarm. That's a good idea. All right. So option 2 is instead of the whole back being a long shelf, I could, forgive me, I don't Tinkercad. This is painful. I could move my my shelving. So these are, again, where the printers are going. I can push that back. This has the benefit of being able to put, you know, more storage of actual printers. I can have some printers going in here, enough space between here and here so I can actually access whatever printer is like in this bottom corner. The garage will be climate controlled with the heat pump. Yep. It'll be fully insulated and climate controlled. Feels really tight like that. So looking at the same angle, right, like the shooting angle, it's kind of like that. And this isn't just a wall, right? It's a bunch of shelving with printers on it. So at this view, you'd probably get some shots of printers. And you gotta remember that printers are my channel, the custom printers, and I still kind of want to showcase them on my stream. So this is an idea. I still have a bunch of space in the back here to lay out stuff. There wouldn't be a printer behind here, probably. They'd be up on shelves. But the Trident would probably go over here, and then like 2.4 down here, kind of like what I have currently. Hey Steve, how's it going? We're trying to virtually lay out my new studio. So yeah, that's an option. Hard to see the printers in the corner with this configuration. Well, with this view over here, you don't really, like, I'm gonna dramatic, you know, it's gonna be kind of like this almost. Like you wouldn't see any printers. Like maybe like a corner of one, maybe if it's a really wide angle, but probably not. But with this view, you'd maybe see some more printers. Definitely, you like definitely not wanting them as the backdrop because it gets busy and distracting, but with them offset to sides becomes less intrusive. So you're saying you do like the side printers? Because again, right now for perspective, the back of my studio is a couple of printers, but it's also just a bunch of random stuff. It's like, it's a lot. It's very cluttered, and I've never liked it. I say s'more printers? Probably. S'more printer. Ooh, a s'more printer. There we go, yummy. So I'm just trying to avoid this, right? And the reason why it looks like this is because that's my only shelving in here. It's the only spot where I can put printers. It just happens to be behind me. I've had some different iterations where the printers are to the side of me, but I'm trying to work in like a little 9 by 9 foot space here. Printers don't make for a great backdrop or thumbnails. Right, so that's the idea for this, is that when I am recording something, it's mostly the backdrop here. You like the idea of one in the back? Multi-board on the left side, tools hanging, equipment hanging on it. Well, one of the other ideas that I had is kind of like this setup here, but in one of the corner, like both corners are big printers. So I'll have the Trident Maximus. That'll be a fairly big printer. It's essentially a 350 Trident. And then I'll have the tool changer, which is a very big printer, the cell changer. But I'm planning on putting those on shelves on the side, right? Maybe I can have the tool changer right here, but I'm trying not to have anything behind me that's not aesthetically pleasing. And printers look nice, but they get cluttered really easy. Whoop, what am I doing here? I don't know. It'll be interesting. And most of my videos are gonna be shot kind of like this. So you're not gonna see much of anything anyway. Like I'm looking at, oh wow, it's big. You know, looking at object X, right? Like I'm zoomed into this. And that's kind of like the view you get. Well, 3D printers are currently my thing. Eventually, I'm gonna get more into the science of printers. So that's why, actually, yeah, maybe even in the backdrop here, if I have this view, I could have some of my testing equipment off to the side, not just printers. Like one side can be testing equipment, and then one side can be printers or vice versa, whatever. A couple of prints on display as a backdrop. Yes, I definitely want to showcase prints and showcase them neatly, probably as shelves on the wall. So like right beside the TV, like down here, that could be a shelf with a print on it. Organized in the back with a bunch of 3D printed parts hanging off of it. Yeah, let's just dangle printer parts. Let's put that in the back there. You also gotta remember that not everything is going to be very visible. It's going to be pretty far back. So let's take one YouTuber as an example. And we're gonna rate their setup. All right, let's mute him. And let's take a look at this guy right here. So this is kind of one of the channels that has inspired me with my layout. I mean, there's a lot of channels that do very similar things, right? But he has a pegboard in the back with various tools. And it's a little busy, but it's also very plain. He hasn't added anything to here yet. Right, so when he's doing his B-roll and stuff like that, you can see that there's stuff in the background. There's even printers in the background here, but that doesn't look bad. It really doesn't. Remember printing a lot of multi-board panels? Yeah, I started printing, man, I don't even know what I was gonna do. I was gonna add walls to this right here, and then I realized that it would be so much work to add walls to here and add all that stuff on that I just kind of didn't. But here, this is a great example, and this is exactly what my video kind of format would look like. I have a product that's out front of things, but the things are blurred, right? And then when he's in his A-roll right here, you can see everything. It's pretty in focus, whatever. But it wouldn't, you know, look at all the stuff here. If I had a random hot end, it would be so small, like super, super small in the background. You can see big things, but putting, like my tube is really small. If I put this in the back, you like, it'd be like this. You have no idea what this is. You'd have no idea. It'd just be clutter, right? That's my thought on it. Then we have, let's take a video like this. This is like pretty plain background. Also, Shop Nation is like switching to 3D print farming. Like what happened with that? Since when was that a thing? That's crazy. Apparently it makes more sense to do 3D print farming than anything else, or at least showing how to 3D print farm. This guy has a crazy setup. It's insane. But you know, he's kind of far out back of his stuff, and it's kind of just hidden in the back there, but it's dark, right? Like there's no focus on the back stuff. It's just kind of there. It's like 70 printers. I know. I saw something in this video. What is he? I saw something. Yeah, look, like he has all of his like printer farms going, or at least had his printer farms. He has his whole entire shipping center. Like that's kind of crazy. Next video is a large shop. Interesting. Yeah, didn't you just post something? Why is it so dark? It's the aesthetic, right? Just make everything dark, add some soft lighting on yourself, and you know, the focus is him, right? That's the idea. He's the main focus. Yeah, I'm very lit, right? Like everything's the same kind of light, but look at this. Look at this view. It's super cluttered, right? Like, this is not pleasant to look at, in my opinion. Obviously, you guys are watching. Gotta run. Thank you. Thank you. It's pretty good chat. The clutter is authentic, right? It's definitely authentic. And that is what you expect from me, right? It's normal. But when I make videos for YouTube, and that's the whole point of this, I haven't shot any videos for like anything because I am not happy with this. I don't want to make a video. I'm very like perfectionist, right? I don't want to make a video standing out front of, even with the desk cleared. There's something about it that I don't want to watch that. And if I don't want to watch a video that I make, then there's no point in making it. Yeah, it's way too busy. But when I'm building printers, that's fine because literally it's just all 3D printing. But I plan on focusing on very specific stuff in the future. Do you want a studio or workspace? Both. It's a studio workspace. Right now, I don't have the space to make this a studio. I've done the most that I can. Like, I don't think I can get any better. I've gone through so many iterations trying to show off the most I possibly can and having the space to work, but at the end of the day, it is a workspace first and a studio second. So to invert that, I want to have a studio first and then a workspace. So that's what I'm trying to go here. Let's get a quick poll in chat. I know a lot of you guys are sleeping, but let's give me your general opinions. What is this? Get out of there. All right, let's do a poll. Use a green screen for a backdrop. Yes, okay, well, let's talk about that. I am considering that for sure. One of the ideas was to have a ceiling mounted green screen that I could trigger, and all of the stuff behind me is blank. I am probably gonna do that still. Channel like to make stuff was talking about this today. Oh, really? Interesting. I like his videos. But yeah, I could have a green screen. Change from studio to workshop very easily. Well, that's the thing. Depending what I'm making, I might want to have stuff behind me. Like, I want a little bit of something. I don't want it completely plain. And a green screen is literally plain. So unless I'm recording content like A-roll, and I just want to have me cut out, then, you know, maybe that'd be fine. But yeah, I'd love to have a modular ceiling mounted green screen that just drops down, motorized. And then I could just have a camera here, and then, you know, all the back is green screen. You can't stand people have walls with spools at the backdrop. It makes sense to have that, especially when it's your only space, right? Like, you have to put the filament somewhere. Where are you going to put the filament? And we're not talking about a couple spools here. Mine is in another room. Just to actually like that. In fact, I was originally planning on putting filament on the ceiling. Like having like ceiling mounted rep rack or whatever. Yeah, and because I actually use my filament, it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, I'd want the filament to kind of be for looks, but if I start using half of it, it's gonna start not looking great as backdrop. I mean, it looks like I used the filament, but whatever. So some I want some filament behind me. That would be great. I love to have a little bit of like a rep rack or something, but then show the tools, show what I'm working on. I'm still like, I like the idea of TV. I'm gonna have to try it out. Like that's the biggest thing, is seeing how I can incorporate that into my setup. All right, so let's do a quick vote. I don't know how to. Let's see. Which layout? Let's do left and right. It's easiest. Let's do a quick 3-minute poll. So, just to summarize, the left studio layout would look kind of like this. It would have a large table behind me, which I can have various prints, parts of projects that I'm working on. It would honestly probably just become cluttered, just being honest, because I have stuff like around me that's just kind of there. So this could have my, you know, some tools, some organizers, etc., Screwfinity, and then just be mostly blank space. And then you can kind of maybe see the printer shelves right here. This would also allow me to have more filament on the wall and have a little bit more wall space for storage. Option right is we move the shelves back all the way. So I have a lot more storage for printers, which I probably need anyway. A little less space here. I still have some filament, but I'm, you know, I'm focusing more on the printer and machinery storage. So that's the difference. Manic mentioned he's consistently using his background rolls. It's not as obvious because he's rotating them out. Right, right. You like 3D Nerd Studio? Joel's studio is, I don't know. There's not much there, right? It's a table. It's a table with a bunch of filament behind it. I think once he starts stylizing it, maybe it'll look a bit better. But that's too much of a work in progress. That's like, yeah, you half built it. Joel's studio looks like a prison cell. Like, I prefer mine over his. All right, so last chance to vote. Just give me your general thoughts. And I'm gonna use these. I might also, I don't know, I kind of like this because with the door here, it just makes sense. And of course, this is not just a table, but it's also a ton of storage. The whole underneath of this, it's divided into 6 total large areas where I could put drawers that pull out, right? Yeah. How close is it? Pretty much right. I think this is the right choice too. I mean, the back here could even just be storage. Like I can put probably 2 storage, what do you call those? Tool carts, tool chests, right? That would actually be perfect, wouldn't it? 2 carts, put a giant table over the top, done. I have tons of storage. Yeah, that's actually, oh my god, I love that. I'd rather not buy tool carts, but I kind of build a table around it so they can slide in and out as needed. But what's the width of this? This is kind of just estimated. Actually, it'd probably be 7 feet, so I can still access stuff. How wide are tool carts? Like, could I get a 6 foot? 6-foot cart. Does that exist? Tool... What are they called? I'm going crazy here. Toolbox. Is it a toolbox? Not a toolbox. Those are crazy. What does the Harbor Freight have? Husky does 72. Tool cart. Is it a cart? Is it called a cart? Yeah, I'd probably get something from Harbor Freight just to, you know. So what is the width of that again? 84. So I can do two 36s. That's probably the answer. So one thing that I don't like, and maybe I haven't looked hard enough, is I kind of want to get a simple cart like this. These get expensive fast too. That's issue. That's a major issue. But they all the Harbor Freight ones have this like top that folds up, and I can't have that. It would just be a solid. What are these called? I don't know what these are called. I'm going crazy here. They have ones with solid top. 72 inches is 6 feet. Right, I have 7 feet to work with. But I could do 6 feet, and that would be fine, because I can just build out a larger table. Husky? Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely not paying that much for a cabinet. Like, no thanks. Like, that's not happening. Butcher block top. I will probably get my own. I'm getting butcher blocks for the main work surface. In the back, and I guess it depends, but I'd rather have my own kind of table over the rolling cabinet. Roll cab? Is that really what these are called? You have this 27, wait for big sale. Yeah, I would definitely wait for a sale. But I just want to see what exists. What is, so 42. Isn't that perfect? Isn't 42 kind of just perfect for what I need? Because I can put two of those next to each other. Isn't that perfect? It looks like this style too has a big drawer on the top. That's actually not that bad. The price is bad, but I mean, these are giant tool cabinet cart things. Like, I just want to build my own for that price, honestly. You like the Keller? And of all the Kellers, it'd probably be black. Like blackout. Gotta make sure they actually pull out. I'd probably just remove the wheels and then put it, like, I'm building this into the desk. Kind of like what Manic did. But that's an option. I can also get two of, that's a bit too small, 27. It would need to be at least 36. Just to kind of fill it up the space, I guess. But it could be smaller. Couple options here. Orange. That's a bit much. Like, the whole point is not to have the background really draw too much attention. 52 Husky. Yeah, 52 is like an odd... It's an odd amount. It's actually a really good price, though. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want 56. I want either one Let's see. 72, yeah, 172 or two that are a little under 40, so like 36. Does that make sense? Yeah. Amazon? What the heck is that? I guess, yeah, the Amazon special ones. Maybe. It's an option. The idea is to have a bunch of just, places to throw stuff and grab tools without having to make my own custom system. Because as much as I'd love to just, oh, you're a DIYer, just make your own stuff. Yeah, the depth. I'd want a 24-inch depth. These are 12 inches. It's like nothing. What else you got? Adjustable height work table. Yeah, I don't need that. I could build my own table. It'd probably be this design right here. But the idea of like what's underneath it, and as a backdrop, like I don't want you to see into my stuff here. That's the point. Like I could just have a blank shelf, but I'd rather it be kind of just nothing. So. Actually not bad for a table. IKEA kitchen cabinets. I don't know. It feels more workshoppy if I'd have actual like drawers. But yeah, I'll keep looking. But that's an option. Definitely an option. And I could build that into a custom little backdrop. Yeah, they have some that are drawers, but they still look like kitchen cabinets. Night, Karen. Thanks for stopping by. I know I'll end this pretty soon too. I could build my own cabinets too, as like practice for my actual kitchen, because I'm building every single one of my kitchen cabinets. Oh dear. Yeah, great suggestions. Really good. And even if I like kind of pass it off on stream, I definitely take all of these into consideration. And I might actually end up going with something that I said, oh yeah, I'd never do that. Cabinet out of extrusions. Yeah, how's that working out for you, Steve? Actually, how is it working out for you? It's a good question. Actually, that'd be funny. V-wheels. V-wheels on extrusions? Oh. The bench you stream on is extrusions. Yeah. I have a ton of 30-30. That stuff's actually pretty strong. It's a B slot. Yeah. Like I have these Zaltec extrusions here. And 30-30 is... Whew, this Trident... Oh my god, this is going to be incredible. I can't wait. Yeah, you want to see some fun stuff? Look at this. Yeah, these are the AB... Or sorry, the XY joints for 30-30. Well, technically it's for an MGN12, but it's so big. But yeah, this this is so hilarious to me. It is huge. This is so big. And it uses 30-30. So these are the NEMA 23. What are these called? AB motor mounts? AB motor mounts? I guess that's it. But everything is just so chonky. Yeah, even these are big. It's like someone just scaled up a Trident by 150%. Yeah, look at the idlers. It's so hard to... I don't know, I can't really give you a scale. I don't have any of these handy. It's very hard to give a scale. But you have like this piece right here, and that's against my regular idler. You can't even see that. But it's like 150% bigger, which makes sense. But yeah, this is like a giant idler compared to a standard 2020. That's crazy. So that'll be fun. And in my opinion, the Trident style gantry is probably the best for testing. I'm not 100% sold on NEMA 23 motors until I start using them. I've kind of done the thing where I do a lot of Googling and no one seems to have a positive experience with them. So I might just use an adapter plate or just mount the, just mod these parts to mount NEMA 17 instead of 23s. But I want to try it first before I, say it's bad or good. Will it survive UPS shipping? Probably more than a regular Trident. NEMA 23s are fine. Well, I know they're probably fine, but what are the characteristics of a NEMA 23 versus a 17? I've heard that they can't go as fast, some of them, but like there's so many that I don't know what to get for a NEMA 23 motor. Yeah, your plasma table is driven by NEMA 23s, but is your fast 3D printer, right? The Chaos Theory, it's all 3030. Oh, is that 3030? I think I missed it. Invite Jason. I did message him, and they have a lot of options, but I don't think he really is familiar with them as much as someone who uses it on a daily basis. Bigger and heavier? Yeah, so how does that affect print quality? What's the smoothness of a NEMA 23 motor versus 17? I feel like the smaller motor would be a lot smoother. My Micron Plus with NEMA 14s, super smooth. Absolutely crazy smooth. Phoenix? What are the Phoenix drive motors? Are those servos? I think they're servos. I don't know for sure. But yeah, I feel like scaling up the motor isn't the best for print quality. Rotational mass. I don't know. I don't know much. But I just from personal experience, I mean, the 14s have been overall smoother feeling than 17s. But I'm only using certain ones and I don't have a great, this is why I want to test stuff. I really want to give a proper answer saying this is better than this for this exact reason. Depends on configuration. Right, exactly. All right? There's a lot going on there, so no one's actually been able to recommend me say, hey, put this motor into this printer. The Trident Heavy, code name, Trident Heavy. No one's been able to tell me, yes or no, do this. So I have a couple of options that I found, and we'll see. Gantry goes 17. Moving bed, you do 23. Yeah, no, we're not doing that big of a bed. So yeah, it'll be good. A good test. NEMA 17 all-wheel drive. I'm purely going off of the stock design for this printer right now, just to keep it simple. And if I want to, I could, modify the parts later. So I was going to start off with a 23. It won't be about speed. This is going to be my, I don't know, testing platform, kind of. So this is the Trident Maximus right here. And these are all 30-30 extrusions. And it uses 23s. So it's pretty much just a stock Voron, except everything else is beefy. So it would be Dragon Burner, Umbilical, or maybe one of the other tool heads from Armchair Engineering. That's a possibility as well. I essentially just want a printer to mount a tube on. That's my main goal here. But yeah, 23s. It'll be fun. Fun to try. Send it. Yeah, like given we're in a really small sample space, I'm sure someone has already done a printer very similar to this. It'll be a 350 Trident. I haven't scaled up the I haven't scaled it yet. I think this is, let's see, 250? That's 300, so a little bit bigger than this. And then the Z is 400 millimeter lead screws, whatever that gives me. 17 out of 350. Yeah. Rat rig? No. I wanted to use a lot of the components I had. I'm converting Simple Core to this, and Simple Core is already pretty much Trident, so I wanted to reuse as much stuff as possible. And this is very simple, so that's the idea. At least it's a starting spot. If I wanted to mod it even further, I probably could. I don't think I'd go all-wheel drive with it, just to be simplistic. But yeah, it's an option, for sure. And I've already printed off like most of the parts for it already. We won't have any panels on it though, because panels are useless. Actually, I probably need to get a panel. Shoot. I'll have to order a custom panel, won't I? I'll figure that out later. It's all growing pains. I'll just put some like tape over it. Like, ooh, that's a good idea. Put some like saran wrap over here to prevent stuff from falling. That'd be a good mod. So yeah, that's to be determined. But that's a printer that I'm gonna have kind of handy so I can pull out. My main goal is, so kind of like what Nero does, honestly. He has a wall of printers that he doesn't really use. And then when he wants to use one for a project, like I'm doing something very specific, he takes the printer from the shelf and puts it on the table. And I think that's a good system to do, especially if you're streaming it. Once you're at 450, you got to start looking at NEMA 23s. That'd be fun to try it on a smaller printer, I guess. What an excellent candidate for 8-track top hat. Yeah, you're not wrong there. You're not wrong. Oh god, this is another project I'm gonna start sourcing stuff for. Excuse me. I haven't even begun. Is there even a BOM yet? I haven't looked into it. NEMA 23 up to voltage. Yeah, it'd be 48 volts on the NEMA 23. Oh, good. John's here. We can leave now. Perfect. Perfect. So a little bit of a conclusion. Yeah, we're ending. It's 1 o'clock in the nighttime. All the projects. I know. Like I'm staring at this one right here that I need to get done. The little filament sensor project. I need that working. Ugh. 24 volt NEMA 23 is garbage. I'm sure it is. Yeah, I'd probably use I've got a Leviathan board, but I don't know if that would be enough to drive what I want. Actually, what is... do we ever determine what the Leviathans are rated to? I'm not 100% sure. I don't even know where I put it. Where did I put those things? See, I don't even know where my stuff is. We need to have just a bin. Like, essentially this right here, like my drawers, these are great, but I need them like 20 times bigger. Ramp? Okay. I have the 51. Oh my god, get away, honey. 5160 RGB. Are they RGBs? Yeah, this one. I have a couple of these as well. So what are these rated for? I think it's this one right here. 3 amps? 3 amps? Sustain a peak current 3 amps. 4.7 amps max. You gotta pick one there. Which one is it? Oh my god. I get it. Here we go. 5160 Pros. Oh, RGB. 4.7. Wow. So it does actually, yeah. Huh. So it has a recommended current and a max current. So typical 5160s are only rated for so much current. That could be good. They can run them right at their... this is pretty much at 3 amps. This will be pushing the NEMA 23s at their max operating capacity anyway. So that could be good. All right. I will probably consider that then. So I have I'm right here actually. Bag of Big Tree Tech. Let's see. Oh, that's a TFT that I can't use. This one? Yeah. Octopus Max Easy. Hey, here they are. Found them. So this would probably be the board right here to run it. It's kind of overkill, but I don't have any other boards with easy driver slots. So this is a driver. I don't even know how to take it out, but yeah, these are drivers. Like that's big. Here's a normal driver right here with the heatsink. Like that's solid, right? So that's probably my best solution to run this thing. I should have plenty of ports for other stuff too. So I'll finally get some use out of that. Last chance for half price. Okay, so bang pecs in chat and check out the half price To the Moon. It's a hot sauce, but is worth picking up at half price. So cool. Well, I have a Manta sticker on this board, which is definitely not a Manta capable board. Using that board on the CT300, nice. Yeah, there's something about having all those extra slots. It's like I wouldn't run an Octopus board on like a Rook. I don't know. It's just weird. But yeah, if it works, right? What else do they have before I go? Oh, they've really revamped their site, haven't they? Control boards. So easy. What do they have for easy stuff? They have the Manta E3 Easy, they have the SKR3 Easy, and then, oh, they have, I mean, technically they have that, and they have that. I think that's it. So the four boards. Oh, these are the external drivers too. If I really needed it, I can get these. Oh yeah, what is the crack? That's right, they have Kraken too. So this has 4 5160s. What are those rated to though? Eight amps? Oh no, those are 2160s. Oh, that's even higher. 8 amps. Really? So this will do 8 amps? Interesting. 2160s. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing it's similar to a 5160. Just with a different mode. I don't know the difference. Huh. That's even higher. Well, maybe I can have that as my as like a backup plan. 8 amp is 4. Is that's not split between the 4, right? That's 8 amps each, right? Or is it? That would make more sense. Max 8 amp driving current. Like is that each driver? Yeah, this is what the Phoenix uses. I'm confused. You're running external drivers? Yeah. That's combined continuous. Okay. Up to 8 amps. So how much can each driver do? Because that's more important. I don't care about any of this. 2 amps per driver. Where do you see that? Yeah, I don't know. Amps each. Oh, on the external ones, yeah. All 8 are 2160s. So you're like limited to 2160, which is not 8 amps. That's kind of crazy, right? So is it just 2 amps then for each? But if I'm only driving 2, does that increase it? Like I don't know. I'll just stick with what I have for now. But they have this right here, which I would love to use. That would be ideal. Because it's already has the slot for the Pi. I'm not really limited on space, but this would be a lot simpler. No point of getting this because I already have the bigger one, but that could be an option too. There's these little things. I could just use this. Ooh, actually, you know what? I have a party in the back. A party in the back board. Well, let me find that. I completely forgot about that. But that's one of these. I wonder what these big 5160 drivers can do for power. Uh, 60 volts, 6 amps per stepper. Okay. Okay. Okay, maybe that's the answer right there, this guy. Oh, okay. So I can just mount that, well, ideally it wouldn't mount in the gantry, but yeah, this technically goes on the rear extrusion of like a Trident. Is this the... Is there like images of... No, okay. In the butt board. Party in the back. All right. That could be fun. Yeah, all right. Well, we got options. We got options. What's most important is that I just start building it. I put in the enclosure. I don't know. Maybe it can go like on the outside of like the rear gantry, but then you have to feed wires in. I'm not sure. I can just use it as a controller, put it underneath. That'd be fine too. But I'll figure it out. That is a project that I'd love to do on camera, but there's just so much stuff going on with it. Kraken is perfectly capable of melting motors. But I don't have one. I could get one. But I'm trying to use like kind of what I have here, kind of just throw this thing together. That's part of it, is challenging myself to use the stuff that I have instead of just buying more and more and more stuff when I could build a printer. Learn the hard way? Wow, okay. All right. Fun. Use the Octopus Easy. Octopus Easy. It's not, oh yeah, it is an Easy. It's not an Octopus, it's the Squid board, because it has 10 drivers. It's a Squid board. But yeah, the Trident Heavy is going to be a evolving project, and it's never going to be the same thing. I can even put multiple controllers there and just swap different parts. I could just run all of my stuff off of this one, and then I could just throw in another board for literally just the AB drivers if I wanted to, and then just add that to configuration. It's all possible. And I'll probably, unfortunately, steal my power supplies from Twisted Tea, because as nice as a 140-ish millimeter fast printer is, I'd rather have this thing. All right, we're gonna raid on out. Go say hello to Amish Ace. Thank you guys for sticking around, and good conversations today. Mostly just a relaxed stream. I didn't really have a lot planned, but I will see you guys all on Monday. There will be a Zine Zed show this week, so stay tuned for that. Not sure what the topic's going to be, but something. I couldn't hold it in. Getting tired. A little late for me, but at least want to get a decent stream in. Yes, I will clean up this stuff. I'll clean it up. I didn't have a lot of time today because I wasn't really home. But yeah, lots of planning. Expect some streams pretty soon in the new studio. Very soon. It won't be perfect, like a full setup, but we're gonna stream in there. So stay tuned for that. Thank you to anyone who donated or subbed today. Always very appreciated. Have a good night, good morning, good evening, and goodbye. It's Fixin' Dude's birthday! Happy birthday, Fixin' Dude! Go download Fixin' Dude model.